Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Expectations from chart analysts that this market is absolutely going to rebound, probably sooner than later, that just keeps increasing. And I'm going to share with you perspective from a number of XRP chart analysts. And I'll just tell you this, it's a nice problem to have when the worst the price prediction or price expectation, if you want to call it that you're seeing from reputable chart analysts is that it still hits double digits. Like anywhere around there, maybe close to $10 even, and that's the worst case scenario. Son, let me remind you that XRP bottomed this cycle at 28 cents. If it gets anywhere $8, $9, $10, which is the lowest expectation that I've seen from any chart analyst, that's amazing. Some people view that as negative, and I'm like, well, I mean, if you just started buying XRP now, I can understand how you want a bigger multiple than that. But realistically, that's amazing. And so many of you have been here for a number of years, and a lot of you, I'm willing to bet, are probably feeling like me and would be like, that would just be fantastic. That would be amazing. That would be life-changing. Now, hopefully it does go way higher. But see, that's what I'm saying. The cool thing is, it actually could. It actually could go way higher. There's so many analysts that believe XRP is going to get above $20. In fact, somebody who hates XRP just put out that prediction just the other day, and I'm going to show you that too. And it's just fascinating. So you got somebody who has for years crapped all over XRP, said it's a garbage coin, this and that, it's going to zero, has now flipped and insists that it's actually going to $20. Even the haters, some of them are begrudgingly acknowledging that this thing is going to just be absolutely lit. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 3:57 p.m. Central Time, Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. XRP is $2.38, Bitcoin at $84,353. So yes, yet another day of mostly sideways price action, but we cannot and will not stay in this range forever. Oh, by the way, I am still out of town, so if the screen looks a little different, that might be why the resolution's different on my laptop. I normally record on my desktop PC at home, but I'm using the same microphone. Well, I say same microphone. I have more than one of these things. This is my travel version. But yeah, just hanging out at a motel. So if you're, or hotel rather, if you're, in case you're curious, just glance at the screen. That is a picture of the hotel factory where I'm sitting right this very second manufacturing this hot jam for you all up in this bitch. Take a look at this post from chart analyst Tech Dev. Share this with 517,500 followers. And it's like, if you want reasons to believe this thing's going way higher, let's start here. Let's just start right here. He says, we're at that rare point where liquidity retested its breakout and is surging higher. And I'll just pause and note, liquidity here, of course, is the yellow line. And so this chart's going back to 2013. He's saying broke out and then retested. So that's the reason he's got that dotted line right there for each of these cycles. He's just saying that's all that this is. And so then he says, right as the business cycle bottomed and reversed, only the third of these setups in the last 12 years. The other two propelled the crypto market to its steepest legs. Ignore the noise. Okay, and so he has been very persistent in this commentary that he's been providing. This is in line with everything he's been saying for a long time. We're not done here. People feel defeated when markets go down and then they go sideways. Yeah, that's normal for humans to feel that way. But just because humans feel a way doesn't mean that the market is just going to keep aligning with their stupid emotions, which aren't based on logic, reason, and data. Fine. Nothing's guaranteed. But history tends to rhyme with itself. So if indeed liquidity is increasing here, and this increased liquidity, people got to invest somewhere. Don't you think that there's a reasonable chance that people are going to throw some of that into the stock market and some of it into crypto? I would guess yes. Movement to the upside. The reason for 4-year cycles is global liquidity. That's the primary driver right there. And crypto lags behind. So when liquidity increases on a global scale, yes, crypto follows, but it lags behind it. That's the cool part. It's coming. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Wizard. This is an XRP BTC chart, and he said, a spark is coming, maturing nicely. XRP BTC is forming a symmetrical triangle. It can break out either way. the guarantee, a major rally, buckle up. And eventually, look, like I keep saying, we're not going to stay fluttering about in this range forever. Eventually, you're going to see another major move. And so we wrote here, a symmetrical triangle has formed, a violent breakout awaits. I just don't think this is done, folks. And yeah, it's true that nobody can know for sure. Not me, not any chart analyst out there, and I'm not an analyst myself. Nobody can know. But that's why we're all just doing our best to draw reasonable conclusions based on real-world data and historic precedent. And I just don't see how it's more reasonable to think that we're not going to have this. That doesn't make sense to me. I think we are going to. Here's a post from chart analyst Dark Defender. He said, today I want to share an update on the monthly structure we previously used, along with the volume figures. The median has been at $2.39 since November, so staying above is crucial for XRP. The main argument for XRP not exceeding $10 levels is that it is essential to use exponential techniques. If you are stuck at $10, then you do not apply exponential Fibonacci levels. XRP has the potential to go beyond $5 to $8 levels by extending its Wave 3 length, which could end up at $77.70 this bull run. Okay, I just got to pause to say here, and I'm happy to share diverse opinions on this channel. I think that is effectively, and this is not an insult to him, I think that's effectively impossible. Not literal. Like, I just think that there's the odds of hitting this price cycle are absurd, because the level Bitcoin would I should have crunched numbers before recording this video. The Bitcoin would have to hit an absolutely insane level. I don't know if it'd be like 500,000 or something like that. I mean, if you're looking at historic precedent, how much money flows into Bitcoin, then what flows into altcoins, including XRP, stuff like that. You could do some math that way to try and figure out what might be reasonable if history rhymes. That's not. And I know he's not promising that, and that's not his base case. I understand that. But is there any chance? I mean, I put it as close to zero as possible. Not that it can't hit that price at some point in the future, in a subsequent cycle. I'm just telling you my personal opinion. Happy to be wrong, and I will eat humble pie if I'm wrong. I seriously will, because I'd be thrilled. Like, I don't have an ego, so if it goes higher than what I think is reasonable, then I'll just be like, wow, I really got that one wrong. Congratulations, guys. I hope you're making tons of profit. That would be my attitude about it. But I'm just being honest. I don't think that's going to happen this cycle. I just don't. Anyway, he says, however, as for median levels, after touching $8 levels, we can expect XRP to run towards $18 to $23 levels. The relative strength index and other indicators, as well as historical pattern applications, support this approach. Not financial advice. Well, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you're talking about $18 to $23, tons of analysts think that's possible and probable. I mean, frankly, the lowest price expectation that I see from any analyst that I follow anyway is from the blockchain backer, and that's fine. He's conservative and he's being intellectually honest, and he could be correct. But I don't even see that as bad. Like, some people think it's bad and like he's not thinking big enough or something. I'm like, well, again, I don't know, but I don't think it's unreasonable. And he's shared the math on why he believes what he believes, but he's talking like, $8, $9, $10, anywhere around there. That would be magic to me. I would love that. That would change my life forever, getting up in those ranges. Absolutely. And I know that would be true for so many of you. Here's a post from chart analyst E-Grade Crypto, the green chart. And you wonder why I am so bullish. Oh, I know why you're bullish. It's the same reason I'm bullish. And so he's highlighting some upper levels right here, even as high as $27. So, like, there's all sorts of people, the chart analysts that have been here for more than 5 seconds, they maintain their conviction despite the most recent sideways price action. We cannot and will not stay in this range forever. Period. And that's exciting. And look, you even get guys like Da Vinci Jeremy admitting that even though he doesn't like it, XRP could go higher. Look at this. Strong XRP critic says XRP could soar to $20 plus, admits he's not a fan, but charts don't lie. And so he shared this post. This is literally just yesterday. He shared a little video here explaining why he's saying what he's saying here. And he wrote, XRP equals 20 plus USD each. I'll admit it, XRP is about to break $3. I know I'm not a fan either. What do you mean either? I am a fan, dipshit. And he says, but technical analysis doesn't care about my opinions. Will it hit $20? Maybe. The market doesn't always follow logic, but it sure knows how to surprise us. Think it's impossible? Think again. And it's interesting that this guy who truly, irrationally despises XRP and does not fundamentally understand it, despite being told actual facts about it year after year after year after year by multiple people, including a former Ripple employee who debated him, despite all of this, and after him, he literally was screaming it was going to zero for years. After all of that, he's now like, okay, I'm looking at the charts. What he believes he's seeing is indications that XRP is going above $20. And reputable chart analysts who do know what the hell they're talking about and do understand how to read a chart, many of them insist that, yeah, we're going to be hitting above $20. It's not crazy. You just need the spark to ignite the fire, but, crypto market's going to get hot again. I firmly believe that. It's just so funny to see this, though, because for years and years and years, and I would highlight it, too, because this guy's so famous in crypto. He's got, 823,000 followers, because he's been here for, over a decade, I think, at this point. And he's made his money. He was one of the early adopters of crypto, and that's why he's got his popularity and his wealth and all that, and good for him. But, man... It's just so fascinating to see some of these people like him who said XRP was going to zero be like, oh, that whole thing about it going to zero, never mind, it's actually going to $20 plus. Just give it some time. Just give it some freaking time. So if that happens this cycle, that won't surprise me at all. Honestly, I don't think that's crazy. I don't know if it'll happen. Maybe the blockchain backer is accurate and it's only going to get $8, $9, $10 this cycle. I'll be excited either way, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.